Hi friend, I'm Anna Helman, and today I want to do some reverse stamping with you. We're going to take our stamps, we're going to flip them around to the back side, and we're going to stamp with them that way. Why would we do that? Let's take a look. There are certain stamp sets designed to do exactly what I'm talking about. So I want to show you quickly what I'm talking about. Then we're going to use some of our regular stamp sets to do the exact same thing. So this is called a reversibles stamp set. When you see these grayed out images, that is saying that basically you can stamp the same thing, but you're stamping with the back side of your stamp. So I have already stamped once with the normal side of my stamp. Now I'm removing my stamps from the block and I'm going to put them on my paper with the flat side down, flat side down. The detail side that I stamped with is up. Now I am going to mount them to my block this way, ink them up, so the full image should be inked, and stamp again. When you do this, you may need a foam pad underneath if you find that you don't get a great stamped image because it's a big solid surface. You may need to flip that over, but this gives you an idea of why you might want to do this. So you can basically color in those stamped images with the same stamp and get an extra use out of it. So let's look at how we can do this with a regular, any old stamp set. Now I'll mention as you are looking for stamps to do this with, it helps greatly if the stamps are either symmetrical or close to symmetrical. So I chose this butterfly set to do this with, and I'll show you some other examples because it's a mirror, the right side is a mirror image of the left side or pretty close to it. And this will work pretty well with this. So I'm going to bring in a piece of paper. We're going to do a little bit of stamping here. I have the large butterfly stamp and the small butterfly stamp. I have 3 colors of ink I'm going to be using. I am going to start by stamping the large butterfly. This will be the regular with the detail side, the normal way that we would stamp. I'll stamp this first with Pretty Peacock ink. We'll stamp it over here. Now I need to clean this off. Do not often clean my inks, clean my stamps on camera, but here's my chamois. I love my chamois. This is the way I clean my stamps the vast majority of the time. I just have to get it wet with water each time I use it, and then in between uses it dries out. So I flipped my stamp around. Now I have the completely flat side up, and I am going to fill this in with another color of ink. Now this time I am inking up with Lost Lagoon ink. And this will be a little bit bigger in most cases than the original stamp was because of the way the photopolymer, the mold is, the way it ends up, it's going to be a little bit bigger. So we stamped our butterfly and we got it colored in basically with that same stamp. Now that will lighten up a little bit as it dries, as it sits here. While that does that, let's stamp a couple of these smaller butterflies. So I'm using Lost Lagoon again, and I'm going to stamp this one twice. Now I want to flip this around, and we will fill those in. Your stamp does need to be completely dry before you do this, so if you find that it's not sticking, make sure your block and your stamp are both completely dry, and then it definitely sticks better. Now I'm going to fill in these with Coastal Cabana ink. And let's take a look at that up close. So just a great way to use your stamps. Now I want to show you some more examples here in just a second. Let's turn this into a finished card. And this is just a super quick and easy card design. Very quick, very easy. And let's take a look at another one. So here's one I created with the stamp set called Faith Collection. Really nice set. All of these do have additional die sets that go with them, and I'll have links to the video, links to the products I'm using in the video description below if you want to take a look at them. But so this set has, these are both the same size. So we have the wood grain cross and the one that will either, you can use it by itself, the plain one, or you can use them in combination together. So on the crosses on the left and the right side, I used these two together, but I thought, hey, if I flip it around and I use the back side, that's going to give me one that's a little bit different. It's a little bit bigger that I can use that gives more of like a halo effect around the cross since it's bigger than these others. So I like how it just makes, I did use darker ink as well, which makes it stand out differently, but I like how it's bigger as well, just for a different effect on that center cross. So that's one that I used it with. I thought about trying, this would be another stamp you could try. You could flip it the one way, the leaves and the fill-in color, it will be a little bit different because it's not exactly symmetrical. But I think this is definitely one you could try it with. You can maybe even try it with that fern. Here's another one that, this is a new set that I love. I absolutely love punch and die sets that coordinate, stamp and punch sets that coordinate. And with this one, circles are so easy to use. These are so quick and easy to stamp and punch out for tags for your cards. And I thought this would be a really fun one to try it with. So the Happy Birthday Wishes stamp, I stamped repeatedly across the background of the card. And then I flip that stamp over with the circle that's a little bit wavy around the edges, you can see, and stamp that fill in with the different colors over top. So just lots of fun ways to use these. Since we were stamping with those pretty butterflies, I pulled these out. This was from another tutorial I had done a while back. I can link in the video description below to these butterfly cards if you want to take a look. Now I'll flip my camera around. Let's chat. So what shall we talk about today? I just never know. I just wait to see what comes to me. So anyway, I don't know why. This is what's coming to me today. Let's talk about money. Let's talk about finances. I know the world has gotten expensive, right? Everything has gotten expensive, I know. Money's gotten tight for people. I can I can get a pretty good sense of things going on out there through the orders that I see coming in through my account, sizes of orders, how often, how frequent, and it's yes. Uh, it's interesting. Here's an interesting tidbit. Before the election last year, nothing was coming through. As soon as the election happened, orders started coming through again, and I was like, were pe were we like living in I don't know what I want to say, like survival, hoarding, frugal. I don't know. Everybody was just waiting to see what happened, apparently. I thought that was very interesting. So anyway, I can get a sense for certain things based on orders that I see coming in. But anyway, I know it's gotten tough. Everything has gotten expensive. And for a lot of people, that has seriously cut into the crafting budget. So let's talk about how we can keep crafting with less money available. So just some ideas I thought I would share. Uh, Thrifting. Does anybody love thrift stores? They don't all carry craft stuff, but I know like one of our local ones, they have a craft wing. A craft wing. It's not as amazing as I'm making it sound right now, but They have like a separate room just for their craft supplies. You can find craft stuff, garage sales. I love when I hear somebody that is just like so excited they found a craft or a garage sale full of craft stuff. Like, yes, that is amazing when you can get stuff for dirt cheap. That's fantastic. Um, Social media is a great way to look out for things like Facebook Marketplace, and I don't know, does Craigslist still exist? I have no idea. That was like way back, right? But anyway, you can find people who are getting rid of stuff. You can post stuff on social media like, hey, if you have stuff lying around and you're not using it, let me know. I might be interested. Um, those are some ideas. I will mention Stampin' Up! Started a customer rewards program here not so long ago, and it's a great way to be able to get some more things with your supplies. So each time you order, you will receive a credit. As long as you opt in to participate in the rewards program, you will receive a credit for for the next time you order. So it's 10%. So 10% adds up. So let's say you spend $50, you will earn a $5 credit. Next time you come back in, you'll be able to apply that $5 credit to that order. So that's a great way to have some savings. We've had some free shipping days. We've had some double your points days that you're earning. If you want to make sure you know about these things, make sure you are on my email list. I always send out email updates about like promotions and specials and new products coming out and things like that. So in the video description below, you can find that link to sign up. Make sure you're on my email list. That's an idea. There are other options like you can sign up to be a demonstrator on my team. And when I use the word demonstrator, I know it like really like, oh, I don't want to do classes and I don't want to sell products and I don't want to do all those things. And that's totally okay. I've got a team of people. Some of us do classes, some of us make videos, some of us do those things. And I try to do a lot to support the people who are doing business. But the majority of people on my team do this as a hobby. They only order their own products. They aren't selling. They aren't doing classes. They aren't doing all those things. They do it just for fun, and they do it for the discount. So it starts at a 20% discount. So you get the 20% discount, and you're also still earning those 10% rewards on every order you place as well. So that's an option. There's a link down there about joining my team if you have any interest in that. Comes with some fun benefits. You're the first ones to get to see the products. You're the first to get to order the products. You are invited to my monthly Zoom craft night where we do fun stuff and make a craft project. Sometimes we just make all craft projects and don't really talk about updates as much as far as what's happening. But a Facebook group, all kinds of fun things. I offer incentives to my team. So depending on what they're doing, then they're earning more things as well. And anyway, those are a few ideas for saving money. One thing you can do, one thing a lot of people try and do to be able to keep buying craft supplies when the money's a little tight is to find a way to make money if you're not already making money from your craft, to find a way to make money. So a lot of people find a local shop where you can sell your cards or sell whatever you're making. You can sell online, places like Etsy. That involves a little bit more because you have to ship everything out. I used to sell crafts on Etsy, so that's an idea. Craft shows, a lot of people do booths at craft shows, especially if you can find some that have low booth fees so that you're not shelling out a bunch of money that you don't know if you're going to get back at the craft show or not, depending on how much you would sell. So anyway, those are a few ideas. Social media is such a great way to connect with people. You can post for your friends to see things that you might have available. Like, hey, everybody, just so you know, I have a greeting card store in my basement. If you are looking for some lovely handmade cards, just let me know. You're welcome to come look at them, and I sell them for how, you can tell people how much you sell them for. So that's an idea. Local Facebook groups are a great place to post. So there's like buy and sell groups, there's your town garage sale groups, where a lot of times they'll let you post if you are selling things, or people who sign up as a demonstrator. Then if you do find some customers, you do start selling some products, that's a great way to help pay for your craft supplies as well. That's how I paid for my craft supplies before I started doing enough that I was actually earning money on top of that. But that's a place you can post that either you are selling, you have these things available that you make and you sell, or you can also post that, hey, I do card classes in my basement or things like that. So anyway, just a few ideas to help the crafting budget go a little further. There are lots of people with craft supplies in their homes that are not getting used. So yeah, we need a we need a matchmaker for we need like I don't know, one of those dating sites for crafty people who have stopped using their stuff and crafty people who want their stuff. Okay, now one of you go invent that and let me know and I'll share it with everybody. That's what I have for today. Thanks everybody. I appreciate you. I hope you'll be back next time when I'll be here helping you to hand make with love.